Well, it's like people saying to you, Gerald, nothing ever collapsed. You were wrong. When by every real metric, they're rigging all the jobless numbers, the unemployment numbers. We're in a depression in most sectors of the economy. It's worldwide. They got like 30, 40, 50% unemployment in areas of Europe. I mean, they're doing 100% taxes in France to pay the bills. The world is going over the edge. There's riots worldwide, food riots, inflation worldwide. And they're going, no, none of that's happening. There was no collapse. Well, we're just like collapsing down to different levels and different strata towards the bottom, but undoubtedly it's happening. And then people say, Alex, where's the martial law? Well, naked body scanners, checkpoints, NSA spying, arresting people that demonstrate, Obama saying he's above the law, he's good at killing people, no-bid contracts, funding al-Qaeda. I mean, we are in a fascist system by degree, and people keep saying, well, nobody's kicked my door down. No, they just made you go from 40 hours to 30 hours under Obamacare, and you're going bankrupt. I mean, they just don't get it. That we're trying to hold back the takeover, and we've been somewhat successful, and we're here trying to hold the gate up, and they're going, there's no enemy behind that gate, as you know, arrows shoot over the parapet at us.
Again, you know, it's what we have right now, to me, is very reminiscent of prior to World War I. You have a lot of inept, incompetent sociopaths and psychopaths, whether they're in government or the military, that are leading the people to destruction over nothing. And, you know, going back to the jobs, here, Home Depot plans 80,000 new hirees. Amazon, 2,500 new workers. Okay, Home Depot, 80,000, right? Once upon a time in America, there were these things called hardware stores, and you could own one. You had one on your block, in your neighborhood, in your village, in your town. If you lived in a city, they were all over the place, owned by individuals. Now it's controlled by the multinational. 80,000 slave-landia jobs. Oh, wow.
But it's worse than that, as you know. They cut most people from 40 to 20 hours, not just 30, and then they went out and hired other people, so it's all part-time like Walmart now, because they said we want to keep our workers at the level to get welfare to supplement their job here. Walmart's on record, so that's not 80,000 new jobs.
Exactly, and then you have Amazon, so all you young boys and girls out there that want to get a college degree, a BA or a BS, you could get one in packing and shipping, because those are the kind of jobs.
Except they're putting robots in now to replace them.
Now, this is from CNBC today, just to show you how far out of touch everybody is. This is the headline: Luxury CEO, the poor should stop whining. Now, this is from Bud Kohnheim, who is the head of Nicole Miller, which is a luxury fashion product. They sell luxury fashion shop. He said, we've got a country that the poverty level is wealth in 99% of the rest of the world. So we're talking about woe is me, woe is us, woe is this. The guy that's making, oh my God, he's making $35,000 a year. Why don't we try that out in India or some countries we can't even name? China, any place. The guy is wealthy. That's how out of touch they are.
Yeah, their new argument is, but the cost of living here is a lot more, 10, 20, 30 times what it is in Africa or India.
This is a guy that's...
No, that's a new thing. No, I saw an article last week in AP. The new rich make $4 a day.
When you go back to what I just read, that story that broke on Bloomberg today about this guy from Nicole Miller saying that if you're making $35,000 a year, stop complaining. You could be living in China, and if you were making that kind of money, you'd be rich. This guy, you know, this guy should be brought up for some mental...
Oh, yeah, if you want prosperity, you're evil. It's so sexy to be poor, except for the elite are all in red carpets and private jets.
This is from the Wall Street Journal last Friday. Speed traders get an edge. So that shows you how these people buy information and they get like they're trading in nanoseconds to beat everybody else. And the language is very, very Orwellian. High-frequency traders have been paying to get direct access to market-moving news releases, a practice that can give firms the ability to trade fractions of a second ahead of less, here we go, fleet-footed investors. Less feet-footed investors means you suckers that think that you're getting into the game and playing it. Now, it even gets worse. That's Friday. Today, the article is traders with need for speed turn to laser beams. That's how ridiculous this is, trading in the markets. And then when you put the whole package together, who owns the companies? Well, Heinz, they were bought out by Buffett and that Brazilian group. And then you keep going down the list.
I'll go to Jeremy in FEMA Region 7. What's that, New Mexico or something? He's got a question for Gerald Celente. Go ahead.
Hey, Gerald. It's nice to talk to you on air.
Go ahead. What's your question? Thank you.
I was wondering, there was a gentleman that posted a thing about the scary parallel between the market crash of 29 and the current period. And this guy from the Atlantic, he wrote basically an argument saying that, this is nothing to worry about. And Matthew O'Brien, he's basically saying, you can't worry about these parallels because you got to worry about the double y-axis. Is that really is it something? You've been talking about it forever. That they're just propping the whole system up.
Well, yeah, that's what we had a guest on Paul Craig Roberts earlier. It's the same thing. It's rigged, but it still will end up imploding. Gerald?
Yeah, no, Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, he's a contributor to the Trends Journal. He knows his stuff. Guy was the assistant treasury secretary under Reagan, and he's one of the, he's a real straight deal, this guy. He could have sold out like the rest of them, but, he's just interested in the truth, and he has the well-based knowledge of being on the inside and knowing what it is. You have these things called, these ongoing monetary transactions, in the ECB in Europe, and in Germany, they had brought a court case that no, you can't do this. You just can't keep dumping money into the system. And of course, the court backed off on it, and they're letting it happen. So whether it's in the United States, whether it's in Europe, and by the way, what people really should start doing now is to pay attention to what's going on in China, because all this is tying together. The Chinese did the same thing the United States did. They just have a different name for it, and with stimulus. And now some 30 to 40% of the Chinese GDP is built upon borrowing money from shadow banking, which what we used to call in the Bronx loan sharks. And like that person that called in that has that dirty deal from the loan shark that's...
And by the way, now they want the post office to have payday loans.
Exactly. So now what's going on in China, interest rates are going up. Interest rates are going to go up across the board. You're seeing in hot residential markets that were building in 2013 in real estate, they're cooling down. Interest rates are going to go up as this tapering goes up. So going back to the 1929 parallel, they're going to do everything they can to keep pumping money into the system. And so they're going to pretend to taper. They're not going to be able to do it because you can see by the data, it's weak at every level. So they're going to juice it again. And when they do, that's when you're going to see the panic hit. Because that's when you're going to start seeing real currency devaluations. That's when you're going to see gold and silver prices skyrocket. Because they've been artificially holding them back, and they only could do it for so long.
But all the paper's going to be worthless, so you won't even want to sell your gold at that time, except for basic items. Gerald Celente, folks can subscribe to your great hard copy journal or sign up for the Trends Alerts, invaluable at trendsresearch.com or trendsjournal.com. Thank you for spending so much time with us. I think it's one of our best interviews ever, my friend. Many anthropologists and archaeologists believe that before man even discovered the power to harness and use fire, we were involved in agrarian activities. That is, taking the seeds of plants and then replanting them to produce more. The very foundation of our modern civilization and human culture is centered around the planting and cultivation of edible plants.
Here are some of the amazing deals at InfoWars Seed Center at InfoWarsShop.com.
The Survival Seed Vault by My Patriot Supply features only the finest survival heirloom seeds for a robust and hardy garden, even in the toughest times. We also have starter varieties of the deluxe seed packages for fruit, salad, salsa, peppers, medical herbs, and more.
Go to the InfoWars Seed Center at InfoWarsShop.com.
And remember, the revolution against tyranny is growing.